Hey everybody, Alex Miller at Capman here. Today I want to talk about what you might call AI marketing. And why I want to talk about this, and I've said this a lot of times, it seems like there's a lot of fear and anxiety out there about AI. And I don't know if it's constructive, and I'm trying to talk people at least out of the emotion. I think a lot of commentary about AI out there is really marketing and it's really about screwing with your emotions. And I'm hoping if I point it out to you, maybe you'll look at it differently. I'm going to define marketing. It could be a little different from your definition. You're out making statements, running commercials, doing events, doing all kinds of things. You want people to be aware of your brand and what you offer and to have some kind of feelings about it, hopefully positive, as opposed to sales, which is where you're actually guiding someone through the process of potentially buying something. Let's start with Geoffrey Hinton, the supposed godfather of AI, formerly of Google, quit his job to talk about how dangerous AI is. He's probably sincere, but the stuff he's saying is actually very little different from the stuff that the people at the very top of companies like Google and Microsoft that are producing this technology are saying. They are saying also some pretty scary things about it's going to change society so much and it's going to create all these problems. Be ready, everybody. I think you should stop and look at that a second. Of these guys are sort of announcing that they're creating social problems with what they're doing at their company. Why are they saying these things? It doesn't really make sense given the responsibilities they have. It seems like a lot of the marketing that the AI world has settled on to get you motivated to adopt these things is actually fear of social change. It certainly gets people's attention. And I bet you have maybe noticed somebody, if you're an avid LinkedIn user, they go straight from they're going to change everything, super big deal. So I have to adopt it. I don't want to get left behind. And that is the psychology that people want with this sort of commentary. They want you to be afraid that you need to pick it up or something bad is going to happen to you. We all have to pick it up or something bad happens to us. And that's crappy. And I think it's worth avoiding getting sucked into that too much. And then going back to these top executives at these companies, they have a lot of pressure on them that they're not really allowed to ignore to get these kind of technologies out there. And this is the system of marketing that's really getting a lot of traction. And they have to say that. They're not really allowed to say anything else, in my judgment. I'd like to pick on something specific for a little bit more storytelling along these lines. There's been a lot of this talk of a pause in AI development, and I think it's really totally silly, and everybody talking about it is in fact being totally disingenuous, because the reality is there's absolutely no mechanism to articulate and enforce a pause in AI development. To the extent there are really any kind of institutions around this, there's competitive pressure in the marketplace. People are under lots of pressure with pretty serious law behind it to deliver whatever they told their shareholders and investors they would deliver. And all the people talking about this AI pause, positive or negative, they all know this. We could all agree we need an AI pause, and we just don't have the institutions to make it happen. The AI pause is just a way of underscoring that AI is so dangerous and thus so important, and thus get you back into this fear psychology where you better adopt it or you're in trouble. So to sum up, I want to take care that I don't want to softball this technology. I don't really want to say here whether it's good or bad. It is a big deal and it's going to cause changes in society, but maybe we're already on that hamster wheel. And my point here is really a lot of the psychology of fear around it is something I would recommend to you that you snap out of.